Hi Capricorns, this is your monthly reading for February 2019. It's going to be a general reading. I call this the Zodiac Spread, and it gives you an idea of what's going to happen, what the weather report is in several areas of your life for the month of February. This is for Capricorns, and it's for the month of February 2019. What's ahead? I'm shuffling your cards, and let's see, Capricorns, what is going to show up for you for the month of February 2019. Okay, I'm laying out your cards, and we'll start in a moment. I may have to just move something, guys. It's my first set of videos, so I'm still getting the logistics right with the camera, and I'm trying here. Okay. Okay, Capricorns, let's begin your reading. Your reading's opening up with the first card, which represents how people see you in the world. This is your first house in the Zodiac Spread. And right now, they may feel that there is some backstabbing going on. This is a number 5, and it's the 5 of Swords. And it indicates some strife or conflict. Occasionally, it can be gossip. But the 5s in the sword suit represent a negative kind of energy. So it's very important this month to be aware that you may be perceived, even if you're not directly involved. But if you are engaged in gossip, and this can be online or with friends, with colleagues, people are going to be seeing a negative aspect to some area that you're probably talking with people about. If you don't want them to be aware of this situation, I would suggest this month to kind of keep an eye on what you're saying and to whom you're saying it to. And maybe keep a tight lip this month. You know, my mom used to say, if you have nothing good to say about someone, say nothing at all. And so, because this card is in your first house and it has a negative vibration, people may not be seeing you this month coming from the most humanistic or compassionate or patient place. And you want to be aware of that. Okay. Having said that, we're moving to your second house, and this is the house of finances. And the earth signs tend to be, very connected with their resources, their finances. And this month you may feel you have a little bit of a struggle going on. This is the card where you might feel irritated that you have to always sort of defend your turf, that life is a battle, it's a struggle. You gotta, kind of fight the dragon to keep your money where you want it. And sometimes, this is just a frustration that things can't flow really easily. And you might get annoyed or a little short-tempered this month with anything related to your finances and your money. Now, this can be that your tax return isn't what you thought it was going to be. Year-end statements with investments might not be as healthy as you'd like them. But the general energy of this card is things don't feel like they're coming easy. And with Saturn in Capricorn right now, everybody has to work harder to maintain the level that they had in their money. And it's not easy street. So just keep in mind that, it's a battle for everyone, and it's not just you that's going through this at this time. Your third house represents your neighborhood, communications. It can be siblings, it can be cousins, it can be online communication. And you have the card of delays and setbacks. So this month, don't expect to get communications in the manner or the time frame that you were hoping to receive them. Generally, when the Eight of Wands is not reversed, it's very fast messages. But in this case, it's reversed. And so there may be a sense of some delays, some setbacks. Now, this doesn't have to be you. It can be that other people are experiencing these delays and setbacks. And again, this can be neighbors, cousins, siblings. And even if there's online communications, even buying things online, you might expect in the month of February that things will not come as swiftly as you would hope. Now, in your fourth house, this is the house, your home, and you have a beautiful card here. It's called the Star. So in your home, Capricorns, you're feeling very inspired. This is the card of unselfish aid and help and spirituality. And so you may be helping someone may be helping you, but this is a very beautiful card. So your home life right now should be very sweet. People should be pitching in. People should be helping each other. If you live alone, this can indicate that you're feeling very inspired in the month of February. Okay, now in your house of children and new love, and I consider the fifth house to cover both of those areas. New love for me is someone you've met within the last 3 years. If it's the new love, you're feeling separated from a person at this time and a little bit cut off from them. There may be difficulties with finances with the other person, an inability to travel and see one another. And it can also mean that you're just feeling lonely because Valentine's Day is this month and you may not have a new love in your life. And it's exaggerating those aspects of feeling abandonment or isolation. This is the card, I call it the Down and Out in Beverly Hills card. So, you're not feeling like extremely desired or loved or wanted. And if you have children, this can indicate that you are concerned, with a child. You may feel again cut off from them, or maybe one of your children just went away to school or on a vacation or a trip, or they moved and you're feeling lonely. I can also read it where you're concerned about one of your children's financial well-being, and this is the card where the finances are not healthy at this time. So one of your children may also be needing some financial assistance. Okay, now in your work house, you have the card of new beginnings. So you will be starting a new project. Usually it's exciting, it challenges you, you feel hopeful, full of energy. You have 3 aces, Capricorn, in this reading, which is quite unusual. We're hitting the first ace now in your work house, and then you have another ace or a 1 in your 10th house, which is your career. And then in your hopes and dreams or your friendship house, you have another ace or a 1. So February is a real big month of change and new beginnings for you. And so this project or this new job should be exciting for you, and it should energize you, and you should feel excited about it. If it's not a new project or a new job, you will be working with a new person in your work environment, and this person will bring a lot of good energy to the workplace. It will be, again, exciting and fresh, and there'll be new projects on, the burner. Um, so, cooker, whatever you want to call it. So, work looks like it's going to be vital and challenging, and again, some newness to the situation. In your partnership house, you have the King of Swords. For some of you, partners can be mates, they can be bosses, they can be family members, business colleagues, whomever you consider a partner. This personality is standing out as a strong individual. They're very mental. Sometimes doctors, lawyers, um, academic people will have the sword and be the King of Swords. If it's not a person that has these qualities and is in fact a partner with you in some area of your life in February, then the characteristics of being very able to make tough decisions, seeing things clearly, not being afraid to have your own opinions, or you'll be around a person like this, and in some way, shape, or form, they are your partner. The bad side of this card is that the person can see things in black and white. They're not a flexible person. They like mental control. They're cool as a cucumber, and they're very confident about what they believe and what they think. So you will not get a lot of flexibility from this person. Sometimes people are a little intimidated by this person's mental ability. They can be a little stern. They can be sharp witted, quick minded. And so they're king, and this is a person that's usually older than 38. So I don't know who that is in your life, but in the month of February, this person or this energy is in one of your partnerships, or you're perceiving them that way. Okay, the next house is your eighth house, and this card represents your love life, your bedroom. It can represent shared resources. It can represent inheritances. And you have the card of dissatisfaction in this house. So I don't think your love life in the month of February is going to be stellar, Capricorns, because you have a sense of isolation in your new love house, or worry about your children, and not being able to see someone perhaps that you want to see. And then in your bedroom or your intimate life, you have the card of being dissatisfied, blasé. I call this the whatever card, but it certainly isn't a card of passion or satisfaction. Having said that, there is a cup being handed to this person, so never give up hope. Maybe this year is about your money and your career, and love will come, when it comes. And, just because there's a holiday for lovers and you may not have love right now in your life, doesn't mean that, you have to get sad about it or stew in it or have self-pity. If this is regarding shared resources or an inheritance, the meaning of the card is the same. You're feeling dissatisfied, you're feeling very blasé, you're feeling whatever, and the same thing with shared resources. You're not feeling satisfied. So I don't know if this is because the situation is out of harmony. If I don't know what it's based on, But you do have cups in this house, and so there's emotions attached to being dissatisfied, whether that dissatisfaction is with shared resources, inheritances, or your love life or your lack of a love life. So let's move on. And now you have a card of choice, and this house represents higher education. It represents publishing. It represents legal suits, and it can represent travel. So this is the card of choice and temptation. What can this mean? Sometimes, in a legal suit, it can mean someone's giving you a choice and it's tempting or it's seductive, but it may not be wise. Uh, in terms of travel, this can be, deciding on one trip as opposed to the other trip, but it would be a very hedonistic kind of trip, and your choice would be based on your pleasure level for this trip. If it's publishing, I can't really relate it other than there might be a choice. And publishing can be online. It doesn't have to be a novel. It can be, a website. It can be a blog. But you may feel tempted, to publish something, or you may be tempted to publish two different things, and you're going to have to make a choice about it. And so, if whatever area that is, even higher education, choosing one major, choosing one program over another, one institution for academic study, you definitely have a choice card here. And the Lovers is a major arcana card. So I think many of you this month will be making a choice or a decision, or you'll be tempted to do that, or tempted by something in the month of February. In your career, you have a great card. This is the beginning of wealth, making money, new money, acquisition of wealth. Many of you may be starting a new job, a new project, and this gets amplified because in your work house, you have the new beginning of the new project, the new job, and so you have like two ones. And this means that there's going to be a tremendous amount of force behind what you're doing. And in your career house, just be aware that people aren't really seeing you in a specific career. They're seeing the pursuit of wealth. So you may want to tweak that a little bit. It's the same thing where I cautioned you with your first house and the gossip and the backstabbing that is associated with that card, and you're vibing a little bit of the negative competition in your first house, the way people see you. In your 10th house, they're not seeing, that you want to be a skilled professional, no vibe about a job or a characteristic or a career is showing up here. What is showing up is that money is very important to you and you want to make it. So you may want to pretend that you're really into your job or your career at this time because it's not really showing in your 10th house. Just, the ambition to have or earn money and more money. Okay, in your house of friendships, this can also cover your hopes and dreams. You have a challenge now. This is another one, so there's a lot of energy behind it. It can be a challenge for you to win over a friend, or you could have a friend in your life who brings you a lot of challenges or likes to meet challenges or is feeling a sense of victory now. You may want to be feeling a sense of victory that you did something, you accomplished something, you have goals. This is a mental card, it's swords. So it means, like you have a whole new take on something. And if this is one of your friends, they're all about this challenge. I mean, you don't see the person, you see that it's a new beginning and a challenge. So you may have a person like that who is one of your friends. If this regards your hopes and dreams, you're at a point now with these three aces where you really want to make something happen. And it's like a rebirth with these three aces. For those of you that were thinking of having a child, with all these aces here, if you were planning, you may actually, conceive in the month of February. Um, you may have a friend, that is conceiving and is very happy about it. But there's tremendous energy behind the ones. And in the month of February, Capricorns, you have three. So a lot of energy and a lot of thrust into the future to get something done. And then finally in your 12th house, this is considered by a lot of people, astrologers, the house of your undoing. And so it's kind of your karma, your blind spot. And again, you have a sword card, like you have the sword card of the gossip and the backstabbing in your first house. This house is the 12th house. So sometimes it's something that you might be doing too little of, too much of. Someone else could be doing this to you, because it can also represent, hidden forces, hidden enemies sometimes. But this is the card of deceit, like someone getting over. It doesn't have to imply theft. It can imply shame and guilt as well. And you haven't mastered yet what your relationship is to dishonesty, to sometimes, theft. And you're thinking about these things now that it's coming up because it's in your 12th house. And it means, you still have karma. You still have to work out some lesson with this. Some of you in the past may have felt that someone did steal from you or was dishonest with you, and you're healing from that, and it still kind of keeps you in a prison. You may have done something like this to someone in the past, and you're working through the guilt or the shame. The other way that we can look at the Seven of Swords is sometimes this card will come up when someone bails out of a situation and doesn't communicate. So, and that's the sense of betrayal, not the actual taking of items, but the actual taking of oneself away from you or a situation. And so, whether this is your own guilt or shame, whether you're still working on a relationship where you felt you were on one of these ends, you have not completed the karma yet of this cycle. Hopefully, you're not on the end where you're trying to pull one over, because this card can, indicate some slyness or some cunningness. Hopefully, you're a person that might have dealt with a situation and left rather quickly, and you bailed. It can be a job, it can be a relationship, it can be bailing on someone that you had made plans with. But for you, you'll have to decide what that is, because Capricorns, this is a general reading, and the meaning of this card can be many different things for many different people. So you do have some sword energy here, and in your partnership house, you have this very stern King of Swords. And so, for this month, I think you should look at, the really good new beginnings that you have. You have three aces, which is extraordinary. And I think that it's going to be a very potent month for you. Your money will get better, if you've been feeling like everything's a struggle. You have a new, opportunity to make money in your career. But, just make sure people see the whole you, Capricorns, not just your ambitions this month. And, try to stay out of, you know, the gossip, whether that's online or, in your place of work or with your family members on the phone. Just treat other people the way that you would want to be treated. And I think you'll have a nice month. Honestly, I think this is more about new business opportunities for you in the month of February than love. But, I mean, just because Valentine's Day is on the I'm sorry, on the calendar, doesn't mean that, you have to have a partner at that very time. Okay, I hope you have a good month, Capricorns, and you be well.